Wednesday, middle of the week, everybody. So glad you are tuned into Good Things Utah. Hope you had a wonderful, long weekend. I just got back.
Well, how was your long weekend?
So great.
Sports.
That's all you have to say. That's all you know about what I did. It's just sports. That's the only word you need to know. I went to the Rose Bowl, and that is something I've never done before, a game of that magnitude and that energy, and in Pasadena. And I know the outcome was not what any of us wanted, but I had the best time.
I bet.
Can you even describe the energy in that football stadium?
So, Saray, have you been to a game where there are 90,000 people in the stands?
No, I mean 50, but 90 is a whole other level.
No, a whole other level, and you just see all the red because Utes were wearing red, right? I love we have the U of U gymnasts on the show today, right? But it's just the energy, and I know the game it started raining, Cam got hurt, and everything turned, but still just to be there, I had the best time.
That does sound fun. And yes, all I know is sports.
And if you're watching right now saying, is she a BYU grad? Yes, I am a BYU grad, and yes, I was cheering for the Utes.
So when the Utes, either or, if they go to the Rose Bowl,
I wanted them to win, Saray. I wanted them to win.
I wanted them. I didn't even go there.
I know. You know what? I may have been following along with the score, thinking about you guys. Yes,
crossing your fingers. Okay, so I came home, everybody, and I know you've already been dealing with this, but I was gone, so I wasn't. 2.5 feet of snow in my driveway.
Yeah, that happened.
Yeah. Welcome home.
Both of you are just nodding. That's not 2.5 feet right there.
I mean, that's the aftermath of melting for a couple of days. But
I'd like to shovel I-80 instead of my driveway. Take a peek at that. It was heavy.
Yeah.
So about midnight last night is when I was able to break through into the garage. I was able to get it all gone.
Was it all icy? Or
yes.
Yeah, and it was heavy snow. That was the problem. It was so
heavy
and wet.
Thank you to my neighbor. Thank you so much for coming up and saving my rotator cuff because you can't lift it.
People have to be super careful with this snow, especially. So I hope the elderly takes a lot of breaks.
But look at Sundance this morning. I mean, it is gorgeous. And that snow, we were driving up I-15, even in southern Utah. I mean, it's dusting the Red Rock. It is all the way through the state right now.
Isn't it gorgeous?
What a gorgeous day to ski if you're in Utah County today. It's National Trivia Day, everybody. If you love trivia, if you celebrate trivia, please watch the entire show because we're throwing trivia out every commercial break.
I'm excited.
It could be anything under the sun.
I know, we don't even know.
Good at trivia?
We'll find out. I think that I am, but I don't know.
So JetBlue, that's one of the games you can play. So because we were delayed, I got to play trivia on JetBlue. I actually love trivia.
You practiced. Now you're ready for it.
1940s radio program. It was called Take It or Leave It. That was the first trivia game that debuted all those years ago. And then, both of you name it, it's the most iconic quiz show of all time. It started in 1964.
Jeopardy.
Nice job. Nice job. So about the 60s, trivia swept through college campuses, and it got competitive in the 70s. Pub quizzes emerged in the UK, so that's when it started over there. And then Trivial Pursuit came out in 1979.
I love that game. It's a good family
game.
One
of the most famous board games of all time. Some people find trivia trivial. Others say it's serious business. There are leagues and competitions across the globe of people that do trivia on the daily basis. So at the end of the day, though, I love it. It's all the silly facts and camaraderie that endear trivia competitively to so many people. So play along with us today.
Yeah.
We're excited to show you a couple fun facts.
Are you good at Trivial Pursuit?
Well, it depends, right? There's some that is popular and trendy, and those are the scientific. I think the original had all of those, like sports or science.
That's right.
And math or
you chose
history.
The category, and then you just have to luck out and get a series of questions that you happen to know.
Yeah.
How do you practice for something like Jeopardy? How do you even prepare to be on a show like that?
No, that's a really good question.
Because the questions are so broad.
It's a little bit about everything.
You go through Wikipedia?
Maybe.
Every day.
Maybe. Let me help you with this. I can do this. The mental trick that can immediately stop you from picking fights with people you care about. Do you ever just do that? Just go, just gonna poke it.
Just stir the pot.
I mean, I feel
in
bored.
my life. Yeah.
How about we just start a little something? Okay, so how do you not do that?
Tell us the way.
Don't speak. Walk away.
So it says disconnection is rarely your goal. That's rarely what you're trying to do. You're not trying to be uncaring, but you're trying to feel understood, valued, and safe. So you might just have that moment where that feels off. So you pick a little something just to see if you're right or wrong.
And then it depends on your mood. If you are stretched thin, you don't have sleep, you're really edgy that day.
Yeah, feeling spicy.
Angsty.
So this relationship expert says the one thing that you should start doing instead of that is be curious. Take a curious stance and remember that you really don't actually know what's going on in anyone's mind or heart when they said that thing or did that thing. So being curious, the first thing you would say to someone, not why'd you do that, but you could say something else like, I don't understand what you just said. Can you explain it to me? So it's an air of curiosity rather than anger. The second one is describe what you're noticing. Lately, you've spent more time with your friends than me. Can you help me understand what that's about? Lately, I feel like you've said unkind things to me. Can you help me understand where your head and heart's
I
at?
like that approach.
Ooh, it's so calm and mature.
And taking a lot of the emotion out of that, of just, hey, I'm just trying to find out what's happening there.
Finally, be curious about yourself. Do I pick fights that have little to do with the here and now? Am I taking the kitchen sink and just throwing it in? Do I stuff feelings down and then feel neglected? Am I angry about something else in my life? Could it be work? Could it be lack of sleep? Could it be kids, stress? And I'm projecting it onto people around me. Am I doing that? Ooh. And be more curious about what you're doing rather than angry at what's around you.
I think, too, when you do come at it from a place of defensiveness and anger that's based in fear. You're scared about something. So instead of maybe attacking and having that little outburst where a fight will spark, it's important to just kind of be patient, breathe through it, and then reframe it. I mean, you're going to get so much farther reframing it with that.
And asking yourself what's happening here and take a deep breath.
Yeah.
I've been diving into emotional intelligence lately, and that has a lot to do with seeing the perspective from the other side and also taking your ego out. And when you put those two together, I think you can find some common ground or you can have some peace.
Would you say we all have a little bit of ego? Like everybody has that you struggle with and go back and forth with?
Yeah.
It depends on what your follow through, your action is with that information.
And I think it's the awareness of it too. And you can even have good intentions, but need a refresher, need a reminder to say, wait, is this the ego talking? Can I be the bigger person and put that aside? Easier said than done, but something to keep in mind and keep working on.
Always.
Yeah.
All right, let's turn to Martha Stewart because she's always entertaining.
Does she have an ego?
I love her. A huge ego.
She has a new restaurant in Vegas because I
Yeah.
saw her on billboards everywhere driving through.
Yeah. Did you get a chance to eat
I
it?
didn't get to go. No, but people
Okay.
rave about her restaurant.
Well, it better be good because it's Martha Stewart.
I'm sure it is. Yeah.
She is talking about this tongue-in-cheek about dry January, and she says, well, maybe it needs to become DIY January. Take a listen and a look.
Hey, I get it. It's dry January, so you're not drinking much. But if you've got Cheetos lying around, don't just stare at it. Use it. Say goodbye to musty smells. Add it to your pasta sauce for a little extra kick. And maybe a little bit more. Spice up your Friday night by cutting through dirt and grime. And nothing tenderizes your favorite meat like Cheetos.
Don't you just love
I
her?
hadn't seen that before. I love the spray bottle, and then she's trying to lick it.
That was hilarious. Does she need to be on SNL? She's a little comedian.
Hasn't she been on?
I know,
Yeah.
and when she like connects with Snoop, I mean, they're hilarious
that
together.
whole collective, partnership between the two is awesome. And so there is this partnership with Tito's, and I think they did a pretty darn good job.
Smart.
She's got good
Smart
comedic
and
timing.
Funny.
By the way, 35% of the population partake in dry January, just so you know.
What was there? Oh, I saw it last night when we were driving. There's a word that you're not going dry, but you're doing less, and you're called like dry curious.
Can I be that?
What did you
I'm
say
curious about dry.
about the keto diet? You said
Keto-ish.
Ish.
Oh, yeah.
So
Dry-ish.
dry-ish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You both
I'm
say
in.
yeah at the same time.